This is still Y in the morning, and you're just in time to catch the first conversation today, which is Empowerment Cafe. So, studying abroad is no longer just a dream for the privileged few. I know we grew up thinking that studying abroad, you needed to have money, or you needed to win a scholarship, or it was just for the selected few. But it's becoming a real possibility for students across Africa, and that's thanks to Bada. Bada is one of the innovative agencies helping students find their way, or rather find their paths towards getting their education abroad. And today we are joined by two officials from Bada. One helps create partnerships for the business, and then the second one helps students navigate their way through the whole process. So let's welcome our guests this morning. Karibuni sana.
Thank you so much, Grace.
It's good to have you.
Thank you for having us today.
I hope I'm cooking sana last week. I know. So where do we start from? Ladies first. Sorry.
That's okay.
So tell us, what's your name?
Oh, thank you so much, Grace. My name
And
is...
what you do.
Okay, my name is Rose. I come from Bada Education Center. Yes, I'm a student counselor. I've been there for the last 3 years. It's been a pleasure. Yes, at Bada Education, you assist, as a student counselor, I assist people to navigate the how to help you know how to study abroad, especially on the opportunity, the career progressions that you do have. I'll be the first touch, the first contact that you have once you have a vision to go and study abroad. Yes.
Amazing.
All right, so my name is Lawrence, Business Development Manager at Bada. Well, I go by many titles there because I started 4 years ago as the graphic designer, and then managed to go up as the Business Development Manager now. So my role is to ensure that the partnerships are formed, visiting schools to find more opportunities for the counselors, so that they can share their, more information on the opportunities that are available. Yeah.
So what is Bada?
Bada is deep, by the way, because the hidden meaning is where the waters meet in an ocean. So that's the actual meaning of Bada. Yeah. So we as an agency, like she mentioned, we are the bridge between the student and the university. So ensuring a hassle-free application.
Amazing. So what does your day-to-day routine at Bada look like? What do you do as a business? I'm imagining this question from the angle of I have come to Bada. Okay. How does the process look like?
All right, so you as a student, most of the times actually students, when they come, they have in mind what they want to study. So if it aligns with what they aspire to be in future, that's where we come in, because you may come to us as a student saying you want to do nursing, but what do you want to take away from that course per se? So if you want to be a nurse, so we offer an example like you can do nursing in this school or in this school or in this school. What does your budget look like? If you have a relative maybe in per se Australia, will they offer you accommodation, or will you get accommodation from other sources? Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, just as maybe the common thing that we say, get ready with me to Bada Education Center. First of all, we are global, meaning that we don't really majorly focus on the physical part of it. We can majorly focus maybe the online. So maybe get ready with me when I wake up, I go to the office, maybe I expect somebody abroad, somebody even in other part of the country, not literally in Nairobi, because we are based in Nairobi. For a client, you'll have to check, because we majorly focus on study abroad. When you walk in or when you contact us, we majorly focus on your application, especially on the academic. We check whether you've just finished Form 4 or your career progressing from a diploma to a bachelor, or from a bachelor way to a master's. So on that, we'll assist you. We check your academic documents, then we give you a school, or we give you an institution that will offer a course that you'll feel okay, because at the end of the day, maybe I might be doing KCC so that I can be a doctor in future, but after my KCC results, the results turn out not the way that I expected. So once you we walk into Bada, we'll assist you so that you might not lose hope because we want to empower you. Because at the end of the day, the notion that people have like degree is just a paper or diploma is just a paper, it doesn't apply, because why that I told you degree is just a paper, I can tell you go print yours, but literally we'll just assist you to go get that qualification. Then your degree or your bachelor will be so meaningful to you. Yeah.
So what inspired the creation of Bada? What's the story behind? I know you've talked about what you do at Bada, but I'm just curious, what inspired the creation of Bada?
Okay, what I can say is the need to actually help a student per se, because you come out of, let's say, a KCSE, or you've done your diploma and you're wondering what next. So what I can say is they thought of what if we could come through for someone to offer an alternative or a pathway for you to get out of, let's say, Kenya now to Australia to study, and then what next actually after studying. So what I can say, it's offering a gateway or a pathway to a global connection.
Just to add on that too, just as our vision is just at Bada, our vision is raising next generation. So that is the inspiration we get when we aspire to raise the next generation to be a better one. There's no good thing like having a learned community, like having a learned generation, because with education there's confidence, and with confidence there's hope, and with hope there's peace, and that is the best thing that we want as a community.
Oh, amazing. So this question either of you can answer. We know many students have dreams. Oh, maybe because I had dreams of studying abroad.
What
My
happened?
God. Hey! But as just like me, there's so many other students who have dreams of studying abroad, but the process is very complicated. Actually, that's what made me stop studying abroad. I'm doing my master's here. So I was like, I chased that dream for 3 years, 1 to 3 years. Hey,
And then
the
what
process,
happened?
the process was tedious. And I had gotten an admission into the university. I had gotten admission to Cardiff to do international journalism.
Oh, nice.
But then, the whole process towards it, the English tests, the what, like the process was just complicated and chaotic. So just like me, so many other students would want to go to Bada, or rather would want to, would want to go abroad, sorry.
Yeah.
Would want to go abroad. How does Bada simplify that process for students?
Thank you for that question, Great. That's where we come in. We'd never want any other student to face that problem for 3 years. Actually, we'll even give you at least 2 or 3 months. That's where Bada will come in, because we're the bridge between the school and the client. Because we'll assist you, we'll be the main communication. Once the school requests for any information, we'll update you. And maybe if the school requests for more documents, we can always update you. So as Bada, we will come in, maybe to submit that application, to keep the conversation going, so that you can, what happens, the reason why someone would take a longer duration, because you're not getting communication, timely communication per se, or on the other end, the student is not providing the required documents or required information that is required by the school. So for you not to take a longer process, we'll come in to be the intermediary for timely communication, for timely application. Yeah. That's it.
You want to add something?
No, actually she summed it all up.
Benja anauliza kwani nilianguka English. Benja, English was my best performed subject. Hey, tupatane nyuma ya tent nikwambie nini ilifanya nisiende UK. But you recruit for countries like Australia, UK, South Korea,
New
etc.
Zealand, Dubai.
etc.
Yeah.
What makes those what makes those countries ideal for African students?
Okay, what makes them ideal? Like, to be honest, they are not. As for Kenya, we are developing countries, but for Australia, South Korea, those are already developed countries. So what makes them stand fast is when you get to study in those study abroad destinations that you have, you'll have an international qualification. So meaning, like Rose, if I go and study in UK, then I come back to Kenya, I'm having that upper hand during employment or during career progression. Remember, while you're studying, when you're in those developed countries, there's the work integrated learning. As compared to Kenya, we are trying to adopt it in a way like we can work at the same time. We can study at the same time we can work, or during the studies we can work in those companies. As compared, like you see, when in Kenya, we just go to class, then you get assessed. So for these developed countries, the assessment is based on going to do and what have you done, the results of what you've done in that field that you study. So maybe if it's business, you're being taken through how business works, not how, just not learning the business, but you go do it practical. That is how they get assessed. So what makes it stand out is like, you have to, it's work integrated learning per se. It's not just about the books. You have to practice what you've learned. So even when you finish, when you've graduated, your job ready. Yeah, that's what makes it stand out for me. Yeah.
Okay, so just like the show today, Empowering Cafe, so we try to empower students. So what makes these different destinations stand out is the opportunities they offer. So for example, if you're going to Dubai, it offers opportunities like low taxation rates, not like here in Kenya. So it's easy, the money you earn even as you work, when you're studying at the same time, you get to utilize most of it for your own benefit. If you're going to, let's say, Australia, it offers you opportunities whereby you can work as you study. If when you're studying at the same time, it's limited to around 20 hours per week. And if it's during holidays, you get as long as you can work. So if you're going to, let's say, South Korea, it's a tech hub. So anything related to technology, you are sorted. So it all depends on which country you want to study in. So the opportunities are way vast.
Yeah. So what makes Bada different from the other education agencies?
What makes us stand out as Bada is because you're trusted. We have a physical office. We've been in the market for the last, Bada was formed in 1999. So what makes us different, like we can be trusted because you have a physical office and we've been in the market for the longest time. And also our process is more seamless because we will take you through the process. Like we'll be having a one-on-one session, making you feel not having, making you feel like you're able to, the process is seamless so that I'll make you feel like, it's okay, you can trust me, you can, because first of all, there have been stories like agency conning people and everything. Then what makes us like we outstand to do away with the issues. You can call us. The huge transactions that you do, we make sure that there's clear communication between the client, that is the student, and Bada. Yes.
Okay. So you work closely with students?
Yes, you work closely with students.
What are some of the myths, fears you help them overcome through this process?
Through this, the myths that may, having in mind, it has huge transactions, especially on the tuition fees. Like as for instance, in Kenya, we can pay a tuition fee around 200K. But for these institutions, especially in Australia, UK, you pay more than even $1 million Kenya shillings.
3 million, 4 million.
3 million, 4 million. So the myths that you have, we just make sure every payment that you do, it's receipted. There's recording of information, be it on email, be it on calls and everything. So for us to meet them, for us to make you do with for us to meet the needs or even the fears, we make sure there's clear communication. Clear, not literally clear per se, but clear, transparent communication between the students and the school and even as a company. Yes.
Okay, to add, some of the fears, she mentioned a very serious topic sometimes I've encountered with a few students, that is being conned. So there are agencies that approach students in the form of like, we can help you get there. But in actual sense, they can't. And if you form a personal connection with, per se, a student, and they share this fear with you, like this happened to me, so you actually get to feel what they went through. Because as the counselor, she knows how much it costs. She knows the whole process. Like, if you're losing out on this amount of money, you even personally don't think I would do it per se. So that aspect of conning, that's where we help students. So we show them how to avoid this situation. So for example, in Australian universities, if you go to their website, let's say, let me mention like Griffith University per se, you go to a section that is written agent. So they have a list of those agencies that that are allowed to recruit to that university per se. If it's another university, same case, same. So this way, we get to reduce the numbers of con cases. Yeah.
Okay, all right, makes sense, makes sense. So, behind the scenes, walk me through the process of how do you help students go through the process of application of visas, the whole application process before they're departing for studies.
Okay, fine. Thank you for that. At Bada, yes, because majorly we are studies abroad. We only deal with studies. Meaning, like when you walk into my desk, I'm like, I just advise you about studies, not work. So in studies, we'll just it's progression. At the moment you want to go abroad, it's just a matter of progression. Not that in Kenya we don't have quality schools or something, but it's just a matter of progression. So once you work at my desk or you work at Bida, we'll first check on your academic, especially let's say for someone who's completed high school, we'll check your result slip, the grade that you've got, and the career that you want to progress through. The best advantage about studying abroad is, for instance, when you want to do nursing and you got a C+, meaning like maybe you won't get a direct entry to the Bachelor of Nursing, but it has foundation studies, or you can package it to the diploma. So we'll make an application, we check your documents, and right now they've done, we're coming up with a scenario where we have to verify, because we have to verify the documents. So once you submit to us the identity documents and the academic documents, you have to verify. Then we submit them for an application. Then we wait for around 2 to 3 weeks to get a response from the school, so that you can get a conditional offer letter. That is if you didn't submit other documents, or the school maybe requires more information, like you've mentioned earlier on about the IELTS or the PT, the English proficiency test that we do in Kenya. So maybe if the school requires, maybe you failed a band, or maybe they want to know how to, they want to verify, that will be a condition. So once you satisfy the condition that they want, they'll give you a full offer letter. After giving you a full offer letter, you have to pay the first initial deposit, which may be subsidized because they have available scholarships that are partial. After that, then you pay the first initial tuition fee. After paying the initial fee, they give you a confirmation of enrollment. After getting a confirmation of enrollment, or even the KAIS from UK, confirmation of enrollment for, that is for Australia, then you get, that's the document you'll use to apply your visa. But depending on the different study abroad destinations that you have, there's different timeline for visa. Yes, for instance, for Australia, it's around 2 to 3 months, then you get your visa results. Yes, for Dubai is as soon as maybe 2 to 3 weeks.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah. Let's talk about success. What are some of the wins you've had, or rather success story you have that's up to date you remember or stands out?
Okay, as a student counselor, what stands out is once a client walks in, then he or she's like, I was referred to you by somebody. I was referred. So that thing, that motivates me, empowers me to just continue to bringing out the best out of people, because for referrals, you get like, just go to a specific agency, like I was helped, I was served well. So that is what stands out for me in the business. Like, I was helped with roles, like, yeah, we're here. I feel happy, I feel fulfilled about it. Yeah.
Is that, as a business developer, what do you love most about your job?
Okay, visiting the schools per se. We recently, during this year, we visited Lenana School, and what actually stood out the most is the fact that the students actually knew what they were coming for, they were attending. So you think you'd go for this event, and then you'd be starting from scratch, explain to this student who you are, what you do, where you can study. But even before you actually get to speak your mind out, they already know what they want to study, where they can study. So they're bombarding you with questions you would actually not expect. So it's as if they're doing half of the work for you. So that is something that really took me by surprise. Yeah.
Rose, what do you love most about your job?
What I love most about my job is seeing somebody succeed. I'm just so happy, like raising a generation that knows what they want. opt for quality education over quantity education. I think that is what makes me love my job. Like when I wake up in the morning, like, oh, there's a student who wanted this, there's a student who wants to be a nurse. And especially when you're having a one-on-one conversation, you hear the aspiration that a student has, and like, yeah, go for it, he got it. Yeah.
So how does Bada create trust with both students and universities?
Okay, what creates student, just as Lauren said earlier on, especially for Australia, they are specified, like you have to be registered through them. The school has to have trust in you, like you can get as genuine students. So when you check their website, there are specified agencies that should nominate a student. On the students' part, what creates trust is we have a physical office. We are having an open and clear communication, because every information that you will get from the school will have to copy you, or any information that you'll have to tell us, we'll have to send by the school via email.
Okay. Lawrence.
Yes.
What are some of the trends you're seeing on digital spaces? Of course, we are in a generation where we are all tech, to move to tech-related things and AI. But what are some of those trends and social medias you've noticed? And how can our students, or rather, how do you ensure that the students you pick stay on top of trends? Because the way we are using AI here is not the way AI is being used in the first generation, or rather first world countries. See, we are third world countries. And technology inatokanga huku ikikuja huku kwetu. So how do you ensure that the students you send forth are able to also incorporate some of those digitalization?
Okay, so let me use a university, for example. So universities like University of Technology Sydney, it's actually technology is within its name. So some of these universities are very technologically advanced. So they are inventors. So taking a student from Kenya to Australia, in this particular university, they get to learn on, how do I phrase it? They get to adopt into that technology. They get to get this mindset that if this student, because you get to connect with students from actually all other countries, not even within Africa, but from India, from USA, from UK, from Korea. So they come and you collaborate on a project. So that way you are able to form something that is globally recognized. You get to form an app or a software, or if you enjoy gaming, or a game development company. So you're able to create a game that is used by a larger sense of people. If you go to South Korea, for example, like I said, South Korea is technologically advanced. So you are going into a country where the opportunity is already there for you. It's just for you to utilize it and take advantage of it. So if we are talking about trends, it's like just opening your mindset to be able to learn from this per se, because like she said, the opportunities are in Kenya, yes, but in Australia you go to Australia and then you bring them back. So you make Kenya great using someone else's idea. Yeah.
Being the student counselor, how do you prepare students for culture shock and homesickness? Of course, you will meet students that are excited to go, but they need to understand. The reality is that once you get there, you will start missing home. Or once you get there, you will see things you've not seen home, which attracts now culture shock. And also, how do you prepare students for that transition?
Okay, for that transition, to be honest, it's going to be a culture shock, because what we have in Kenya or what you have in, let's say, Nakuru, it's not going to be the same what you'll have in Adelaide. So first of all, we just let you know, because it's more, we just encourage you, because at the end of the day, it's just a matter of getting exposed. Yeah, so for the culture shock, maybe even before you leave, you make sure you check on what's there. There's the student welfare, the student welfare that will assist you, to take you through what's supposed to be done. And also what helps with the institution is they do always have orientation to make you aware, or even to prepare you what you will have, what you expect, what you might meet, and how you can handle yourself towards the same. And what I always tell my students, like, just be open-minded. take it as a lesson. Don't take it as a disadvantage. However much maybe for maybe younger ones, like maybe because we always even send students who are below 18 years, like maybe
Interesting.
because maybe it'll be like, I want to talk to my mom, I want to see my mom, you're having homesickness. Just make sure you brace yourself. You brace yourself so that when you go there, interact, mingle, create friends, so that even when you are away, you feel like you found another home away from home. Because to be honest, when you just like, when I go to Australia or even South Korea, I'll be like, those are hours and hours away from home. You can't be coming home every weekend, every month. So just brace yourself. Be open-minded. Like, you expect anything, but for the better part. Yeah.
You've seen.
And actually, the way she said, home away from home, those universities in Australia actually create such an environment that you'd feel you're so welcome. For example, let me see, home away from home. Oh yeah, sorry. You are able to, as a culture shock actually, when you're working in Kenya, and you are able to just stand somewhere and say hi to someone, someone will be like, why are you looking at me like that? But in Australia, you find those people are always smiling at you. You're walking, they're smiling. Or you can just find someone wearing a shirt like, hug me or something. They are so open, they are so warm. You'd actually feel the feeling of insecurity in a different country just goes away. So it's actually, it's a nice feeling. Yeah.
So you've seen students transform through these processes, or rather you've seen students go through education abroad and come out successful. What would you say, or rather, how would you say studying abroad changes a person?
Okay, thank you. Study abroad changes a person in that you'll have the exposure part of it. It will change you in a way. Most of the institutions that you do work in, it's multicultural. So it will change you in a way, like you're not just confided like, I have to do this, I have to do this. And being like, we are developing as a nation, or as a system, we are developing. AI is coming in, different cultures is coming in. So once a person will develop in a way like you are able to be, you're able to think broadly. Like you can reason out with somebody in Kenya, you can reason out with somebody in the US, you can reason out with somebody in a different space without having to say like, I just only know things that are in Kenya, I'm sorry, past that. Yeah. So you'll be able to have the broad mind, the exposure, the multicultural. Like you'll be able also to accommodate people in a way. Like you find even, let's brace in, for instance, maybe in Kenya, you don't accept somebody because he or she does this, or because he or she eats this. But once you're having the international exposure, you'll be like, no, just respect somebody's view, somebody's action. Yes.
Okay. So when we talk about value, can students from low income or middle class families still access these opportunities through Bada?
Yes, they can.
How possible is that?
Right now, Australia is tightening more of its borders because of this and these conditions, but we try to offer other destinations that are way affordable. So for instance, Dubai and South Korea, they offer cheaper tuition fees, and it's easier to actually get into Dubai, for example. So once you get into Dubai, there are also some of the universities that are in Australia or UK that have, let's say, other satellite partners within different countries. So you get Murdoch University in Australia has a Murdoch University in Dubai. Or University of Wollongong in Australia has a University of Wollongong in Dubai. So that way, you are in case you are not able to get into this, you are still able to get into this through a back door in a way. So it's cheaper, it's more easier, because getting a student visa in Dubai takes 2 to 3 weeks. In Dubai, there is no age restrictions. In Dubai, there is what else? No age restrictions. There's also no bank statements. So it's very easy to get an entry into Dubai. So with that qualification, you're also able to even apply maybe to Australia again. Or if you finish in Dubai, you're able to get that qualification that is international and get to work somewhere else. Yeah.
As the business developer, where do you hope to see Bada in the next 5 years? What's the next big dream?
The next big dream is, okay, I normally have a motto. So it normally goes like this: serving one student at a time, serving one smile at a time, serving one success story at a time. So what helps me move on day by day is ensuring that there's a student who I have been able to guide, and a success story whereby you see a student you've helped today has graduated in 3 years or 4 years and is making a name out of themselves, is something that actually keeps me going day by day. So formulating these partnerships and enabling students from universities and schools is something that I look forward for. Not now, even actually in the coming future.
For students watching this right now, what's the first step they should take towards achieving that dream?
Okay, the first step that you should do towards achieving that dream, don't feel limited. Just have the right qualification, be it especially in KCSE. Just have no grade. We don't deny any grade, even as low as a D. We'll have an option for you. For any student watching this, feel encouraged to continue studying, continue doing your best, so that the moment you attain that qualification, be it a 2-year diploma, 4-year bachelor, you're having the right place for you to progress.
Amazing.
Don't be worried.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So as we wind up this conversation, what's that one advice you'd give to a student who feels like studying abroad is not for them, using your camera?
Okay, studying abroad is possible for everyone and anyone, as long as you have the drive and you have you just want to do it, because it doesn't matter the destination, whether it's Dubai, whether it's Australia, whether it's UK, it's possible for you. All you just need to do is just visit us. Let's have that talk. Let's get to connect. Let's get to help you see that future that you envision for yourself.
Amazing. So where can we find Bada? Still using the same camera.
Thank you so much. At Bada we're global, but we have offices in Africa. But just because we're in Nairobi and in Kenya, in Nairobi we're located at the mall Westlands, second floor near the management building. Then we have an office also in Mombasa. Mombasa we're located in Links Road. You can find us, or even on call, you can call us via our office number, which is 0717 52 32 32. Feel welcome anytime.
Amazing. You have any other parting shot before niwafungie nje?
Oh.
Nimesema hivyo nikafeel ni kama niko kwa kanisa venye tunaambiwa nani mwingine ako na ushuhuda yenye namchoma kabla tumalize nimfungie nje. But anyway, any parting shot before? Any other?
No.
You looked like you wanted to say something.
Okay, it's a topic on the culture shocks aspect. All right, so if you're talking about culture shocks, one thing that actually stands out, you see in Kenya we have African time. In Australia or the abroad countries, you have to be on time or on time. So you actually have to arrive earlier so that you can get a bus. And also, as much as we offer education, there's also that aspect that is what's outside the books, like what do you do for fun. So Australia on the coastline, it has almost every city on that coastline has beaches. It's like in Nairobi, pale Uhuru Park tu sasa unaona you're just going to the beach. So there's also that aspect whereby after you finish your classes, what do you do for fun? So there's those fun activities, like if it's food, you get to enjoy delicacies from all countries. You can have food from Nepal, you can have food from Vietnam, you can have food from India. So just have that open mind for you to actually be able to explore. Because one of our counselors from another university we partner with mentioned this to us. If you are in Australia, you get this international qualification whereby even your phone book, your contacts, you get to have contacts from people from all over the world. So you get to connect from someone from Nigeria, you get to connect from someone UK, USA. So opportunities that are available within those countries are also available to you. So all I can say is be open-minded.
Amazing, amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming and thank you for speaking to us.
Oh,
Thank you for
so
having us.
much for
Appreciate
having
your
us.
time.
Okay.
All right, that was Bada Global. They've told you what they do in terms of supporting education for students who want to go abroad to further their studies. You can check them out on their social media handles where they've said, she said Bada Global, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, she said Bada Global on their social media handle. If you need to ask them a question, they are at the mall, second floor. Be sure to catch them there. In the meantime, I'm paving way for Val to come back with the next conversation.